Hello again, this is Stuart, once again continuing the trend of pregnancy videos. This let me see now, we're on week 8. It seems like it's gone by pretty fast actually, but I mean overall everything seems to be flowing just as normally as before, nothing else. One thing that has started to develop from what I can recall is that morning sickness has officially kicked in for my wife. Just recently, during this past week, she has officially gotten enough morning sickness to puke in the mornings, which is a common effect of, or side effect of pregnancy, if that's the right way to put it. But yeah, she's gotten to that point where she's only thrown up once, but still, I understand that that's not exactly the best experience to go through. I myself hate the sensation, and my wife detests it even more, but couldn't really hold it back, and it's kind of one thing that she just has to deal with. She was really hoping that she wouldn't be one of those women that gets super morning sick during pregnancy, but no, it looks like that's the case. At least we see that she's only thrown up once. Don't know how often this is going to be after all this just started, so we'll see what happens from here. I can definitely sympathize with her, because just having to listen and I have to say I gotta respect my wife for really wanting to have a large family and deal with this kind of stuff multiple times. I mean, we're only on week 8, but I can say that as of right now, I can say it does not look easy, and I just know it's going to get harder from here as the baby continues to grow, and definitely will experience things that I just cannot even comprehend. But, I'll do what I can to understand and sympathize and, help her out however I can. Also this week, she has noticed that she has to go to the bathroom a lot more frequently. This is becoming kind of annoying to her, that every hour to every 2 hours she has to go to the bathroom. It really interrupts her schedule. But yeah, it's really frequent, and she isn't even drinking more water than usual. I mean, she's been trying to make sure that she stays hydrated since she's going to the bathroom all the time, but it's not like anything else that drastic has changed. But she's starting to feel the squeeze on her bladder and even feel tighter around the waist. That's been a very interesting development, I must say. I didn't think that she would feel that this early in pregnancy. I didn't think that that would happen until, the second trimester or later. But lo and behold, she's in the bathroom quite often. That's the only really bad side effect of that is with all the hand washing, it's starting to make her hands slightly chapped. And so she has to make sure that she puts on lotion on a regular basis to keep her hands in tip-top shape. Other than that, there aren't really any other physical changes that have happened, apart from what's already occurred. So, she still doesn't have as much of an appetite, especially now with the morning sickness. That starts to really affect her, where sometimes she'll feel morning sick and she knows that she should eat cereal or eat some other kind of breakfast before she goes to school or to work, and kind of tries to force it down, and it's kind of hard for her sometimes, and I feel bad. I feel bad when I make something really delicious for me for breakfast, and then, she looks at it and is like, "Oh, thanks for making breakfast for me too, but I'm not hungry." But, I just, whatever she needs, it doesn't bother me if she eats little or eats more, whatever she needs, it's all on her. She's doing all the hard work. I can support her however I can. Other than that, I would say the only other thing that's interesting is that we have found out that we are using a pregnancy tracking app to figure out, how baby's developing, what the stages of growth are. And right now, I guess baby is the size of a Lego, a little 2x2 standard Lego piece. Or in other terms, I guess you can say it's about the size of a standard 6-sided die. That's fairly big in my opinion for only, 8 weeks? And considering that the week counter is from the start of a woman's period, not actually conception, that's kind of big. I don't know. well, big to me, but I guess baby is really growing at a very rapid rate and will continue to do so for quite some time. But wow, I really didn't realize that a baby would get that big that fast. But no, not big enough yet for my wife to show any sort of baby bump, but she's definitely starting to feel the squeeze in the waist, that's for sure. Other than that, she has started to get a huge interest in all sorts of baby material, I guess you can say. She's been watching all sorts of movies, YouTube videos, etc. that have a huge baby theme. The one that she's in love with right now is Dumbo. She's watching that all the time, and I kind of get bored of it after 4 or 5 viewings. I will admit, but she's definitely loving all the baby theme going around. She's starting to get more and more into it. I think part of that is because, before when we had our miscarriage, she didn't want to watch any of it just because it reminded her of, well, the terrible failure that we recently had. But now that she's pregnant, she feels that she can watch it, and no guilt, no sorrow, no depression, no negative emotion of any kind. It's just happiness and a happy reminder that she is finally pregnant. So, well, I'm happy for her. I will admit that I'm not too much into those things, but I try to watch these videos and movies with my wife whenever I can. I'm not exactly that kind of guy, but like I said, it's all about supporting my wife. That's what I need to do. She's going to go through a lot of weeks and months of uncomfortableness, and so I'm here to make her happy. That's what I'm going to do. And so if this makes her happy, I'm all for it. Anyway, that should be it for week 8. Go ahead and check out my next video for week 9. But thank you once again for tuning in and supporting me through all this. Stay awesome.